everyone. Welcome to the Surefire Local webinar, Seeing Our Marketing Platform in Action. Really excited to share this information with you guys today. I will try and do it as concise as possible. I'm going to try and do my best to keep this to about 15 minutes. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, but hopefully show you guys some valuable information. If you are unfamiliar with who we are, Surefire has been in the hyper-local marketing space for just about a decade now, really focusing on helping clients to manage their entire online presence. We've actually built out an all-in-one marketing platform, which is what I'm going to share with you today, that helps you to manage everything from your online presence all in one place. It allows you to manage things like your directory listings, your ability to be able to publish and solicit reviews, as well as tweak any paid or organic campaigns. Really, because we know that, in this day and age, there's no company and no employee even that's going to be able to tell your story the way that you can. And so we want to provide you with the tools and provide you with a game plan of how you're going to get there. So I want to share with you, if you do have questions, feel free to hit the chat, or if you're watching a recording of this, publish it to our email us at marketing@Surefire Local, and they'll be happy to get you in touch with our team. My name is David Reed. I'm the VP here. Was the third employee at the company, so I've been around since basically the beginning. And one of the things that we've seen is there's this big kind of frustration for small businesses with the companies that they've worked with, where they've been overpromised and underdelivered, because we're seeing that most marketing companies are saying, hey, you got to show up, you got to be number one, you got to rank, etc. Right? That's the first thing we hear when we talk with people. The problem with that sort of philosophy is that from everything that we see, 73% of the consumer engagement happens on sites other than your website. So if all you're doing is focused on how can I show up number one, you're missing out on a huge slice of the pie. So there's other places. The challenge there is, well, should I be using a platform like Houzz, or what about Nextdoor that's gotten a lot of popularity, or should I be on Instagram, or should I run ads on Facebook? There's all these different places, and it's tough to figure out which one makes the most sense. And so what Surefire has done is we put together a game plan of, hey, here's how you want to tackle the 7 key areas for your digital marketing. I'm going to cover 3 of them on our webinar today. One of the other big frustrations that we hear from contractors and small businesses is this concept of too many cooks in the kitchen, where a lot of times we'll have, a company that comes on board with us, and they, had a website guy that designed them a website, and then they've got, a girl or a guy in the office that does some social media stuff for them. Then, they hire a review company like Broadly or Rate-A-Biz or Gill Quality. They've got another local SEO guy that's doing some optimization. And then finally, they've got, a paid marketing company. So Haibu or, local Yellow Pages comes in and sells them on some paid marketing. And the problem with this sort of a strategy, while it sounds like a good idea to have all these experts here, the challenge that we see is that when you have all these individuals, each one of them has their own secret sauce. They've got their own recipe for success, if you will. And the problem there is that if everyone's working on their own recipe, it's going to be really, really hard to make sure that that meal turns out properly. And so what Surefire has done is we've developed a local marketing platform that allows you to essentially be the executive chef. So you can oversee how everything is performing and make sure that you're ultimately driving the right return on investment. So let's hop right in here, and I want to share with you guys, so real high level, this platform pulls in about 90 different data streams. And one thing that's, there's lots of different platforms that are out there. Ours is specifically built for hyper-local companies. When I say that, we typically focus on businesses that cover somewhere between a 30 and a 50-mile radius. They're all typically appointment or lead generation based businesses, and they're all opportunities where businesses typically have a higher average sales ticket. And so what we've done is we've combined all these different 90 data streams that we know are really important for businesses that fit that criteria. So we pull in information about analytics, we pull in information about the terms and the phrases that that business is showing up for. We pull in information in terms of their reputation, their directory listings, what people are saying about them, as well as, paid marketing. There's a ton of tabs over here on the left-hand side. We're not going to get into all of them. We're just going to focus on the 3 initiatives that I talked about. The first thing that you got to do if you've got a local business is you have to mend your online business, your online presence. So we need to make sure that there's consistency in listings. So there's something called a directory listing that has what's called NAP data. NAP data stands for name, address, and phone number. And the reason why this is important, everyone, is because when Google or the search engines look for information about your business, if they see Hinkle Roofing, they see Hinkle Roofing LLC, they see Hinkle Roofs, while we can all determine and we all recognize that those are most likely the same company, to the search engines, it's confusion. The data is not consistent, and so now they feel less confident in your business. And when you think about, most of the people here are looking to optimize their business so that they become more visible when people are searching for them. When you think about search engine optimization and becoming more visible, it's all about giving the search engines confidence that you are the right choice, right? The next thing that we wanted to touch on is reputation. So we want to make sure that you modernize your business. You step into the 21st century. You've got a good, consistent process to acquire reviews. Right now, according to Google, your reputation, your reviews, the content and information you have about your business, that's the #1 ranking factor right now. So it's really, really important that you have a process there. And ours allows you to not only monitor all the reviews and what are people saying about the business from multiple different platforms like Google, Yelp, Facebook, but we also make it really easy for you to acquire those reviews. And one of the key differences between our platform and others is that we allow you to be able to create first-party reviews and third-party reviews. Third-party reviews are sites like Google and sites like Facebook and other programs like that. Third-party, think other websites. First-party is within your website. And the key is that it has to go through an authentication process so that it gets validated by Google. Again, you got to give them confidence that you're the right choice. So our program makes it easy for you to acquire those reviews. All you got to do is send a text message or an email to the client, and right here from this program, it'll automatically determine which is the best platform for us to focus on for these guys. The other thing that we want to do when we modernize your business is we know that consumers, as that millennial customer gets a little bit older, they don't always want to talk to somebody. Sometimes they just want to, send a couple text messages or respond, or even if it's late at night. They want that ability and they want that opportunity, right? We see this one here at 2100 hours, right? So late in the evening when no one was available to answer those phones, we want to make sure that we've got that process there. And one of the really nice things about our platform is that we built out an automated chat tool. So you don't have the hassles of having a live person that has to monitor this on a regular basis. And because it's automated, we know the consistent steps that we need to take to get that person to generate, to become a lead essentially for you or an appointment for you, because we're basing this off thousands of communications and interactions with customers across a very, very wide spectrum. So we talked a little bit about mending. We talked about modernizing, so fixing your listings, then getting in that 21st century. You got a good, consistent process to generate reviews, as well as utilizing the chat. The next thing that we want to talk about is how to magnify your online presence. And so there's really 2 key areas. One is on the content side of things, so focusing on organic efforts. And one of the great things about our platform is that it makes it really, really easy for us to publish out content through to your website. So we've got the ability right here from our program to be able to request a review, or to be able to publish out content in the form of a blog post, or I can publish out content through Hootsuite, so that way we can continue to build that engagement and create that constant content that the search engines are ultimately looking for. The other thing that we can do here is actually run paid marketing through Google AdWords. So I'll give you guys a couple free tips here in terms of when you're running campaigns. I know we do a ton in home improvement. We also do some in legal and medical as well. You should never, I see a lot of people going after terms in just some of the accounts that I've reviewed recently, where they might have a cost per click, that's this number here, of $15 to $20. You should never, ever, ever, ever be going after terms like that, because the math of the opportunity is not going to make sense. On average, you're going to see that it's going to take you between 15 and 20 clicks to actually get someone to contact your business. So you paying $10, and then it's going to take you 10 to 15 clicks. You know, if you're going after a term that's $20, which I have seen before, $20 times 10, that's a $200 cost to just get someone to contact the business, let alone a sale. And so the math really does not make sense. So when you're running an AdWords campaign, it's really important that you understand what that average cost per click is. And then, of course, how many leads are you generating through the program? How many of those are phone calls versus form submissions? So we have direct attribution here. And then, okay, how much did I spend? And what was my average cost per lead? And so through this platform, you get a real nice, easy to use, easy to see platform to understand what's ultimately working for you. The last thing that I wanted to share with you is another tool that we provide to a lot of clients in the home services space. And what this tool allows you to do very simply, it's a mobile app and allows you to do 4 things. So one, every time you're out at a job site, you are checking in at that job site. So it says here, I'm near Northwest 44th Street in Florida. Okay? It doesn't give exact address, it gives close address information. So here they're in Miami Shores. And it allows us to provide that information that the search engines are looking. So think of it as a digital yard sign that you're planting every time you're at a job site. And then what we can do is we can give the search engines a little bit of context. Hey, we did a roof repair in Cooper City. So we're starting to connect the dots for the search engines about not only where we work, but what we're doing. It provides recency that the search engines are looking for because this content is timestamped. You can obviously take a photo here, and all of this information is updated in 30 seconds. Right? So it's a very, very simple, easy to use platform. And then once the project is complete, we've got the ability to request a review through this particular tool. And we've found just by us being able to request that review right at the time of service, we tend to see that that has the best response rate. I would highly recommend everyone that's on here, you should absolutely have a process to acquire reviews, and you really want to make sure that it's done within 48 hours of your job being completed. Text and email is typically the best. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Again, just a quick recap. What Surefire's platform does is it allows you to mend your online presence, make sure that everything's consistent and accurate, allows you to modernize your business. That way you've got a consistent process to generate reviews, as well as making sure that you've got easy ways for that millennial customer to chat and engage with you, and then magnify by creating content, tools like this, publishing content out through to your website and running your ad campaign. So hopefully this was helpful for everybody. Went through some good information. If you do have questions, feel free to email us at marketing@Surefire Local, and we'll be happy to get in touch with you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.